I've been talking a lot about Anime Smash Clone, but what makes something an Anime Smash Clone rather than just a 2D fighter? What are the essential elements from Smash that need to be present? Platforms, basic and special attacks, attacks that change depending on the direction you hold, sometimes there are items, and not being limited to 2 players. I'd say these are the most basic features of Super Smash Bros. And are required to be considered a clone. A lot of these games add their own mechanics as well, and it's usually a meter you fill up by damaging your opponent or knocking something out of them. But nobody plays these games for the mechanics. If you want to play Smash Bros, just play Smash Bros. The reason you play these games is for the characters, especially when a game includes more than one series. Where else can you have Goku vs Naruto? Ew, no. What about Snake vs Simon Belmont? Wait, didn't I already make that joke? So I know I haven't covered every single Anime Smash clone, but the year's almost over and my OCD is just killing me, so let's do this. Digimon Rumble Arena for the PlayStation lets you play as a whole bunch of Digimon from the first 2 series. Why does this keep coming up? I'm not going to list them all off because I haven't seen or even really thought about Digimon in the past 20 years or so, but there's a bunch of them. The game looks really good for the PS1, but that's probably because the PS2 was already out by the time it was released. The sound is hit or miss. The Digimon talk, but you probably won't be able to tell what they're saying unless you're already familiar with the characters. There are 2 special attack buttons and a directly influenced basic attack. By filling this meter near your health, you can Digivolve. And since this is still the PS1, you have to wait for the new character model to load. Honestly, the gameplay isn't that bad. It actually kind of feels better than Smash 64. And if you don't believe me, go play Smash 64. It's pretty rough. They don't go for much story here. It's basically just an arcade mode, multiplayer, and mini-games, but that's really all it needs to be. It's a fun little platform fighting game for Digimon fans. I say platform fighter because it doesn't quite fit my requirements for a Smash clone, but look at it. It is only 2 players and there is a health bar, but it's close enough. The sequel, however, supports up to 4 players on the GameCube, Xbox, and if you have a multi-tap, the PS2. This one feels even more like Smash. There's only a single special button with different attacks coming out with different directional inputs. The health bar is still there, but a lot of battles will see the fighters being KO'd multiple times like in a stock or a time match in Smash. They also added bonuses at the end of the fights like Smash 64 and Melee. And just like how the anime series progressed, there are more levels of Digivolution in this game than the first. Digivolution? Is that right? I don't watch Digimon, I don't know. Instead of gaining meter just by doing damage, you can also knock some balls out of your opponent to add it to your meter. If it weren't for this, matches probably wouldn't last long enough to see the higher Digivolution levels. Instead of a straight arcade mode, there are different paths of varying difficulty, sometimes pitting you against multiple opponents at once. Like the previous game, this is also a fun party game for Digimon fans, and the gameplay isn't complete shit. CrashLove Gaming. CrashLove Gaming. I know those reviews weren't super detailed, but what I lack in Digimon knowledge I make up for in Fullmetal Alchemist. It is one of my top 5 favorite anime after all. What are my top 5 favorite anime, you ask? Rurouni Kenshin, Yu Yu Hakusho, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, My Hero Academia, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters. I've already made videos about 2 of those, and here's a third. Expect the other 2 sometime. Probably. Anyway, Fullmetal Alchemist has a decent amount of games out there. Action RPGs on the PS2, 2 games on the Wii, which I can really only describe as life sims, a couple of handheld action games and RPGs, a trading card game, and Dream Carnival. Wait, scroll back. Those GBA games look pretty neat actually. I may have to come back to those later. But when I heard about Dream Carnival, I got super excited. A Smash Bros. Style game for one of my favorite anime? Heck yeah. I was young and naive, untainted by all of the shitty Smash clones that I played this year. The game's opening is pretty great. It mixes anime scenes with game assets to the 3rd anime opening. I really like when anime games do this instead of having some generic music for their video games. The rest of the game looks good too. By the mid-2000s, developers were able to make the characters in the game really match up with their animated counterparts. The start screen has original art, the menus are animated, and the character select screen is full of adorable chibis. 14 characters is a pretty decent sized roster for this type of game, and pretty much everyone you'd expect is included. My problem with this is that all the characters are from the original series and not the vastly superior Brotherhood. Even without Brotherhood characters like Ling, Sloth, Father, May, and Olivier Armstrong, you might notice some characters missing that were in the first series like Envy and Kimberly. The gameplay is pretty much exactly as you'd expect by now. Circle is the alchemy button that has a different effect depending on which direction you hold on the D-pad. And you can actually set traps with down special, which is pretty neat. Each character has individual health bars and special bars. Activating one of the 2 specials will bring up a cutscene, but the gameplay doesn't just pause. The action continues in a mini screen in the corner, which again, is pretty neat. The gameplay isn't as stiff as something like Battle Stadium DON, but for some reason I had the hardest time turning my character around, and it wasn't just a one-time thing. This whole time here, I'm trying to turn around, but I keep getting stabbed to death by Lust. There are 8 story modes that are basically just watching dialogue scenes between fights, but the big gimmick in this game is alchemy mode. You win items by fighting and can combine them into other items. For example, a canvas and an easel becomes a palette somehow. Ed's arm and Al's head make them sad. And you unlock King Bradley by transmuting an eye patch. And that's pretty much all there is to this game. I mean, there's not a whole lot of content, but by now you know what you're getting into with this type of game. They might be fun for a playthrough, unlocking all the characters and maybe playing a few rounds with your friends, but that's about it. And that's it. That's all the Anime Smash clones. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Alright, time to play some Game Boy. But that doesn't even make sense. Alright, fine. I'll just, get on my phone, check out my Facebook, whatever. Nope. Yeah, it's fine. It's totally fine. I didn't want to play Game Boy or look at my phone or anything anyway. I just, go to the bathroom. You gotta be shitting me. Fine. Jump Ultimate Stars next time.